Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and this is my full review of the Lenovo IdeaPad A1. Now you will have seen me unbox this on the Techno Buffalo channel and give you a first look at the device a few weeks on, and it is not all good. Let me just cover off some of the specifications on this device first of all, then I'll tell you what I think about it. Well, first of all, it's a 7-inch device. It's a budget end tablet device. It's got a 1 GHz single core processor in here, 512 megabytes of RAM, 16 GB of internal storage. It's running Android 2.3 and it has got both front and back facing cameras. Now I was hoping for a lot more. I know this is only a cheap device. This was coming in at £169 or around about $200, so sort of comparable to the Kindle Fire. But I thought this would be a better choice for a budget end tablet because it's not tied down to Amazon service. You're going to get the full sort of Android experience. Well, there are a lot of bad points with the Lenovo A1. I'm going to cover off the good points first. First of all, nice and light, nice and sort of compact in the hand. Also like the fact that you can choose different colours. I went for the white version. Also like the fact that it has got a micro SD card socket on the bottom, and the speakers, or the speaker I should say, does perform very well. And that's about as good as it gets because the rest of my experience has not been that great with it. First of all, let's take a look at the screen. Well, it's 1024 by 600. You can see there it didn't acknowledge my swipe. Let's try again. It always seems to acknowledge my sort of swipe on the second touch, and I'll demonstrate that again in a short while. The screen also has this funny look to it. I don't know if you can really see that on camera, but certainly when you're viewing back even the home screen, and particularly when you're viewing back photos, it just has a funny look about the photos. Let me just open up this one here and we'll have a closer look at this. So I'll tilt it round into landscape. Viewing angles are very poor. Look at that, that's only slightly tilted and you've almost lost all of the sort of photo definition. When you're looking straight on, it's not too bad. You can't pinch to zoom. You have to tap and then tap the plus button here, or the plus icon, to zoom in, and then you can pan around your photo fine. But the definition of it just has a very strange look about it. It's got a fair amount of contrast and a fair amount of detail, but it just looks weird, not very accurate at all on the colours. So I was very disappointed with that, and also disappointed that you can't pinch to zoom as well. That was a big disappointment for me. Now, using the cameras to take the photos, so you've got a camera on the back here, not any good at all really. The photo reproduction taken with this was very poor. Something else I didn't like, but again it's not the fault of the A1 really, other devices do this as well, is these touch sensitive buttons at the bottom here. The backlight goes out whilst you're in an application and you can only just make out what they are. So to go back to the home screen, you have to remember the position of that central button. You can see they light up when you actually touch them. They just don't stay lit up for a long enough period of time. Using this for email is okay. It's a good email experience. If I go into one of my email accounts here, you can see here that it's absolutely fine, but down the bottom you can see one of the other problems, and the other problem is that while you're actually browsing the internet, collecting emails, or perhaps watching a YouTube video, the Wi-Fi up the top here, you can see I've got an actual good strength connection at the moment, does drop in and out roughly every 15 to 20 seconds. It will actually lose connection. When you're watching a YouTube video, this is really bad because the screen just goes completely blank and you've got no idea what happened at all. Now, I did do a bit of research on this and it isn't specific to my device. Other people are experiencing the same issue, and one of the workarounds that was suggested was an application called Wi-Fi Static. It's a free application in the Android market. I downloaded and tried it and it didn't solve the problem. Let me just play a YouTube video back and see if it does keep connection this time. So we're going into the YouTube app and it's working fine at the moment. Let's go into search and we will search Geekanoids. And let's start one of my videos playing back. Now it probably won't do this on camera. You can see me here actually showing the Lenovo A1. So let's tap this video and watch it playing back. We'll go round into landscape. And it will probably play back fine for this demonstration, but believe me, that Wi-Fi signal dropping in and out is very frustrating indeed. Let me pop the volume right up.
Again, and this is my look forward to what I'm going to be getting up to in 2012 and what the year might hold for all of us as well, not just for me. Now,
and there you go, you could hear that at full volume. It's not the best quality of speakers, but the audio is acceptable. I will give the Lenovo A1 sort of that credit that the audio is okay. So let's go back out to the home screen. It seems to be performing okay. The Wi-Fi signal seems to have stayed on for that demonstration. Let's go into the browser and let's have a look at the Geekanoids website. So we'll just search for it because it's a little bit quicker than typing it into the top bar. And we go onto the Geekanoids website, and you can see we're still lucky. We've still got the Wi-Fi connection there, and it seems to be behaving itself impeccably for this video. And a fairly good job at rendering the website. Again, we can pinch to zoom in the browser. I thought when I tried last time you could not pinch to zoom, so it just seems like the photo app is the app that you can't pinch to zoom in. So in the browser you can pinch to zoom. It's good at rendering text, good at rendering websites, and overall a fairly pleasant browsing experience, albeit a little bit unresponsive sometime when you ask it to actually do something. Let me go back out to the home screen and let me swipe to the right, and it's performing well at the moment. We've got Navdroid app, voice search, Amazon Kindle, and then the few that I've actually downloaded to the device myself, which was Sky Plus and Lightbox, and using it with TweetDeck also works very well indeed. We've also got a Lenovo shop icon just here, and Lenovo have actually put together a selection of apps themselves you can buy direct from the Lenovo shop. So let's go back to the home screen and just talk a little bit about performance with games, which is okay, nothing outstanding. Browsing, as you just saw there, is okay, but the screen quality really does worry me. The Wi-Fi signal dropping out really does worry me. I was hoping this would be a better choice than the Kindle Fire, but having got this in, I don't really think it is. I think that I'm very keen to have a look at the Kindle Fire to see how that performs in comparison to the Lenovo A1. It might be cheap, but you might be better off spending your money elsewhere. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.